Guys, you're about to witness possibly the greatest fishing boat video that's ever been on YouTube, because here at the Washington Sportsman Show 2026, they had a really nice selection of aluminum fishing boats. These are the boats that are going to be affordable to the working man. We're going to take the 18-footers, compare them side by side, and see what boat we think gives you the best boat for your money. Then we're going to do the 20-footers, the 22-footers, and the 24-footers. Let's go. All right, guys, what's up? Thanks for being here. Glad you could join. Got my Seahawks jersey on today. I had to wear it at least for one video. Man, we just won the Super Bowl. Congratulations to everyone from Washington. Who knew? Just 1 year ago, we got a new coach and a bunch of new players, and I thought it would be a while before we were even ready for the playoffs. But here we are the second year, and we won the freaking Super Bowl, man. That's amazing. And we beat the Patriots, man. Everybody's sick of the Patriots, and we just destroyed them. And I think, even if you're not from Washington, you gotta love that. I am wearing the Russell Wilson jersey today, and he left with maybe a little bit of bad blood, but he won the Super Bowl for us, okay? He's part of our history. Anyway, here we go. Let's get into it. This is gonna be, I hope, maybe my best video ever. I think it's gonna be a very useful video and entertaining video for everyone. It's gonna really put things into perspective, and hopefully you'll find that boat that is right for you, and maybe you'll put it on your short list of the boat that's right for you. So, let's go. Okay, we're gonna start out with the most affordable boats, the cheapest ones, and work our way up to the ones that are a little more expensive and see what we got. So, 50,000, 18-foot Hughescraft here. And it's a nice boat. As far as the 18-foot boats go, I consider them, they seat 4 people comfortably, but really you're only gonna fish 2 people out the back of this boat because they're just too small for 4 people. Nice Suzuki 115. They threw a nice little cutting board and bait station up there, and the reason they put that on there is because the transom here, it's not the extended transom, so you don't get a fish box or a cutting board with this boat. And so they just kind of threw that on there to kind of compensate. But if you don't even get a fish box, a cutting board, or anything, just barely enough room for 2 people to fish, and, you know, at 50,000, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got your typical bench seat storage, you got a washdown hose. Now, I want to look at the transom. Okay, you see the transom here, where the motor is just thrown on right to the back of the boat. You don't have the extended transom, but this back wall is much lower than the sidewalls of the boat. So if you get hit from a good sized wave from the back, you could possibly get water in the boat, and I don't like that. You know, at the prices we're paying for boats these days, I want that back wall to be all the way as high as the sidewalls and know that I'm protected. You know, if you put it in reverse, you know water's not gonna come in the boat. If a big boat comes by and makes a wake, you're not gonna get water in, you know, coming in the back, or if the weather just gets bad. So I'm just not a fan of these boats that don't have the extended transom, and that back wall is too low. All right, moving on. Now this boat answers that. This boat is only 4,000 more. Okay? And it's basically the same boat, but it does have the extended transom. So that back wall of the boat is gonna be normal height. You're gonna get a nice cutting board, a nice fish box. We'll see it in a second. And to me, just for that in itself is definitely worth the extra $4,000. So basically same boat, but see, here you go. Another nice 115 Suzuki on it. Extended transom, that back wall is all the way up like it should be. Nice, good sized fish box, cutting board. And you should have a little more space in the back of that boat for people to fish too, since you have that extended transom. But basically same boat, you know, your basic aluminum boat on the inside. Driver's seat, passenger seat, 2 little bench seats, your basic gauges. Okay, and the seats on this are not quite as wide as that first boat, and that's gonna give you a little more room in the back too, and I like that. Because you don't need seats on an 18-foot boat that can fit 2 people. You know, a seat there that can fit 1 person is good, because that gives you more space in the back, and that's what you need from an 18-foot boat. So I like that boat much better than the first boat. For only $4,000, I think it's worth it. Okay, now we're gonna look at a Weldcraft. This is $60,000, so we're going another $6,000 more. Same size boat, 18-foot boat. Nice bow, nice deck mate. I like that deck mating on the bow. It's big enough, you can easily put a chair up there. A folding tongue trailer, so you can fit it in your garage. Canvas top with the nice heavy-duty bracing for the canvas top instead of the cheap stuff. Another nice extended transom. Kicker motor bracket ready to go. Instead of a Suzuki, you get a Yamaha 115 on this, which I like. I would prefer the Yamaha myself personally. Again, nice fish box. This one has a border around the fish box, so if you're cutting bait or filleting a fish, it won't slide off. I like that. I think every cutting board on the back of the boat like that should have a border around it like that. But these seats look really nice and comfortable. They look actually kind of, I don't know about oversized, but a little bit bigger, and they look like they have a little more cushion to them, and those seats look pretty comfortable, like you could just kind of lean back a little bit, so those are nice. But I don't know why we're paying $6,000 more for that boat, except for the fact that it has a Yamaha motor. That's really the only difference. All right, stepping it up again. Now we got a Hughescraft full hardtop. How much would you pay extra to have that full hardtop? $70,000. Okay, we've gone from $50,000 for the first boat. Now we're up to $70,000 for an 18-foot boat. So that bow is very small. I'm not even sure if you could fit a chair up there if you wanted to. I'm sure you could fit a small chair up there to fish up there if you wanted to, but again, and this one's got a 140. The other ones all had 115s. This one's got a 140 on it. So definitely increase the power on this one. So that, and another really nice cutting board area with a good border on it, and a tray in front of it to organize some tackle. Full hardtop. Guys, I love the full hardtop where the back is completely open. You just have that indoor-outdoor space. I mean, I love it. You can see your poles when you're inside, while you're waiting for a bite. You can talk to the people in the back. You can freely walk back and forth. I really like the hardtop with the open back for fishing. Okay, guys, the boat that for me definitely takes first place on these 18-footers, it's going to be the Duckworth, the second Duckworth that we looked at here for $54,000. I mean, you're stepping up from $50,000 to $54,000, but you get a lot for that extra $4,000 with the extended transom, the fish box, cutting board, back wall comes all the way up like it should. Not a half wall like the other boat. So for the extra $4,000, I think well worth the extra $4,000. And I think this is all you need. I don't think you need to spend more money. I think you're good. So this one gets my number one for me, my number one pick for the 18-footers. All right, guys, moving on to the 20-footers. Real quick, guys, thanks for all of you who have watched the videos and subscribed so far and helped me grow this channel. It's much appreciated, more than you know. The little bit of money that we make from this channel is a huge help to me because I'm working for myself as a contractor here in Seattle. And like in the wintertime when things are a little slow, a little bit of money that I make from this channel, you know, takes some weight off my shoulders. So thank you so much. And if you're liking the video so far, please take 1 second to subscribe and help me grow this channel. Appreciate it. And I mean that. Okay. 20-footers. I love the 20-footers, you guys, because to me, 20-footers are in the sweet spot. 18-foot boats really are just too small. You can really only fish 2 people out the back, but when you step up to a 20-footer, you can definitely do 4 people, and that's big. And the 20-footers are only a little bit more than the 18-footers, but they're much cheaper than the 22-footers. When you go up to the 22-footers, you're taking a big step up in price. So I feel like the 20-footers are right in the sweet spot. All right, $50,000 for this fish ride, but wait a second. Look at the bottom of that tag. If you want all the features that you see on this boat, it ain't $50,000, it's $69,000. So I always thought Fish-Rite boats were giving you a great boat for a great price, and they do, but it's extremely bare bones. I mean, nothing on it, right? I don't even think you get the bench seats with it, so there's like nothing. If you want all this stuff that you really need to go fishing, it ain't no 50,000. It's going to be 69. So now you're priced every bit as much as the other expensive boats, and maybe more. So, all right, let me stop this. This is interesting. So you never see this on aluminum fishing boats where they have two pedestal seats at the back of the boat there. And they added those just as like an extra bonus, just to offer you something that other boats don't give you, because no other boat has that. But really, I would take those out, and they would be out like 80-90% of the time, because you can't fish with those right in your way right there. And the only time I would use those is if I was going to, take some friends or family out on a summer day and we were not going to fish, but we were just going to go out and cruise and maybe go swimming or whatever. So, okay, the back wall of the boat, there's no extended transom on this boat. How, the motor just is mounted right on the back of the boat. However, that back wall of the boat here, it does come all the way up. So it's equally as high as the sides of the boat. So that's actually a bonus. I mean, I'm happy to see that. So you are protected from water ever coming into the back of the boat there. So, and they always come with nice Honda motors too. So I like that about Fish-Rite. All right, Alumaweld Striker, $65,644 for this baby. And if you want it with all the extra stuff you see on it, it's $65,644, as you see here on the right. On the left, $55,899, but that's going to be absolutely nothing, dude. Not rod holders, not the downrigger mounts, just nothing. So, again, and that higher price of $65,644, you ain't getting that kicker motor either. So that would be extra. So I kind of always felt like Alumaweld boats are maybe just a little bit priced a little bit higher than other boats that are just like it. I feel like they're a little... All right, hang on a second. Here we go again. Look at the transom here, the back of the boat. The motor's mounted right onto the back of the boat, and the back wall there is really low. See how high the sides of the boat are here? I don't like it, and I definitely don't like it for $65,800. All right, stepping up. Hughescraft, $71,995, so $72,000. This 22-foot boat. It's a nice boat. Diamond plating on the front for, I guess, if you want to beach the boat. Nice folding tongue on the trailer to help you fit it in your garage. This is a Yamaha D-Max motor, 150. And, the extended transom and that nice fish box. Little tray to organize your stuff. A wakeboard bar if you want to go wakeboarding or pull some friends on the tube. Wash down hose. It's got everything. Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence. 72 is a lot of money though. Here's $73,000 for Weldcraft. Again, easy loader trailer like they all have with the folding tongue. $73,000. 20 foot. It's got a sweet paint job, but I'm not sure why it's $73,000. Again, nice extended transom. Another Yamaha Showmax motor, 150. Shows the kicker motor, but that usually never comes with the price. You get in the boat. The space in the back of the boat looks really good. This one looks like it has, I'd say, a little more space back there than your average 20-foot boat. That looks like you could very comfortably fit fish 4 people. So, I mean, nice boat, but $73,000. Sometimes the boat's more than another boat, and I don't know why, and I have to figure maybe they use a heavier gauge aluminum for the boat, and that's the reason why. Okay, this is actually a 19-footer right here, but it's really sweet, and we're going to compare it with these 20-footers. $76,000 if you want to get the 2025 one, but still brand new, and $80,000 if you want the 2026. So I would definitely go for the 2025 boat. Right? I mean, why spend more if it's a brand new boat and it's basically the same boat? But I love this boat right here. Another Yamaha Showmax motor. 150, extended transom. Again, the back looks just like the last boat we saw. A nice fish box, wakeboard bar, tray for your stuff, drink holders all around. And I think this one has a fish box in the floor. I see a hatch down the floor of this one. That should be a fish box, so that's a nice bonus for sure. So live well or fish box, whatever you want to use it for. And I love the color and the hard top. You got LED lighting. When you have the hard top, that means you also get some lighting in your boat. So you have lights, you can see what you're doing. That's a bonus. And some overhead storage. And just the color, it's so nice and light and bright inside this boat. You can see everything, you can see what you're doing, and it just feels so much better to be in this boat. The boats that are all black on the inside, they're just so dark. I mean, you can't see anything, and it just kind of feels like you're in a dungeon. But as far as 19-foot boats go, I love this boat. And 19-foot boats usually have a big enough deck that you can do 4 people. So, I didn't think I was going to say this until I've watched these videos and took a close look, but for me, the number one spot that I would go with for the 20-footers is going to be actually this 19-foot Hughescraft. You get a full hard top with lighting and overhead storage. You're fully protected from the elements. You can see what's going on in the back of the boat. You can watch your rods, see when you get a bite. You can talk to the people in the back of the boat. You can freely walk back and forth, and I just love that full hard top. I love the color, and I love everything you get. And I know it's a lot of money. It's expensive, but all boats are expensive. They're all expensive. If you take a boat that you think is much cheaper, you know, like that Fishrite, once you add everything on that this has, it's going to be the same price. So, I mean, all boats are expensive these days, and it's just the way it is. But for everything you're getting here from this boat, this is my pick for the 20-footers. All right, 22-footers. Let's keep it going. First up on the 22-footers. Once you step up to 22-footers, you start seeing a lot of hard tops. Okay, $90,000. If we were willing to pay $76,000 for that 19-footer that we just saw, that I said was my first choice, the 20-footers, would you pay another $14,000 for this 22-footer full hard top with this sweet 200 Honda V6 motor on it? I love that motor. So, nice gate.
It don't matter. You're fine.
Easy to get in and out.
I'll be quick.
Good size fish box, diamond plate fish box. There's no border around the fish box, so that's kind of a bummer. This is very bare bones though. Even though it's a nice 22-foot with a nice hardtop, there's nothing on it. This is extremely bare bones. So just a basic boat motor and trailer with nothing is what you're getting for $90,000. So, yeah, that's how that goes. Basic seats with storage under them. You guys having fun yet? Have you subscribed yet? Come on, man, don't let me down. The channel's growing, but it's a grind. We got a long ways to go. It's fun, but it's a lot of work, and it's time consuming, and it takes time. All right, 22-foot Aluma weld. We just went from 90,000 to about almost 112,000. So almost 22,000 more. If you want the bare bones version of it with absolutely nothing, I guess you can get it for about 83,000. But you ain't getting rocket launchers, you ain't getting rod holders, you ain't getting nothing. You probably don't even get the bench seats on the inside. Basic Mercury 4-stroke V6. Another fish box, just like the other ones. This one's open, so we can't see the back of it, but I'm not sure why we're paying almost $22,000 more yet. I like the color. I like how it's nice and bright on the inside with lots of natural light coming in. I like the oversized dashboard there, so it's ready for you to put whatever electronics you want on it. So it's ready to go for that. I like that. But still very basic. Just storage under the seats, not much to see. Shockwave seats. That's a bonus, not the cheap ones, got the good ones. Good sized deck. That's what I love about the 22 footers. Once you step up to a 22 foot boat, really good sized decks on them. So plenty of room for everyone. All right, stepping up in price again, $140,000 for this 22 foot Duckworth. Now this boat comes with everything you see, including the kicker motor for this price. So that's a bonus. Once you add the extra stuff and the kicker motor to some of these other boats, the price will come up and be pretty much the same. It doesn't come with electronics, but it comes with everything else. And it's got a nice 300. The other ones only came with 200 horsepower outboards on them, but this has got a nice 300. So that's a major bonus too. So if you added the kicker motor and upgraded from a 200 horse to a 300 horse and a couple other little things that on these other boats, the price is going to come up and be the same. So I love the layout on this boat. Pause that. Look at these bench seats. They're a little oversized. You can lean back a little bit. I really like that. And it's got these built-in cup holders on the side. That's a really cool feature. And nice and roomy. Plenty of room in there for everyone. And nice and bright. Tons of natural light. You know, spring-loaded seats for the smooth ride. Again, your dash, all your gauges and everything you need. You got a blank slate there. Good size bow. Good size safety rail. That's nice. Handrails, storage, lighting. Nice to have lights in your boat, man. If you're out there in the morning and it's dark, or in the evening you're organizing stuff and hanging out, it's nice to have some lights. Another bonus you get with your hardtop, there's a hatch in the floor. I wish I would have opened that and checked, but I assume that's a fish box. I'm sure it is. $140,000. And this fish box here has a nice border all the way around. It's recessed into the boat. What do you guys think of these fish boxes? Okay, you got the fish box cutting board on top. It's recessed into the boat a little bit, so nothing's ever going to slide out, and that's really cool. But when you go to fillet your fish, that might be a little weird. I don't know. I'm sure it's fine though. Man, it's a tough call. The cheaper boats are more bare bones and they don't have everything you need for fishing. Then you go up to another boat and it's way more expensive, but it's got everything you need for fishing. But if you want to save money and you go with the cheaper boat, by the time you add on everything you need, now the price is the same as this boat. So, who would I pick if I was ready to buy a 22-foot boat? If I could actually afford one of these, it'd be this boat we're looking at right now. Because it's got everything, including that sweet 300 horse motor on. And I feel like that's awesome. You kind of need that motor for this boat. It's a bigger, heavier boat, 22 foot with the full hard top. And nice to have a 300 on there for sure. So, you know, and the kicker motor comes with it in that price, and all the accessories, the rocket launchers, rod holders, wash down hose, downrigger mounts. You're going to get everything. The only thing you don't have is your GPS. So, yep, I know it's more expensive, but I think the value is there. This would be the one. 24 footers. Okay, first up for the 24 footers is going to be a Weldcraft. Again, full hard top. $145,000. Extended transom. Yamaha 300 horse. Nice motor. Nice fish box with the border. Huge deck. Got your basic rails and downrigger mounts. A fish box in the floor there. Any boat at this size should have a good sized fish box in the floor, the way I see it. Right? Outdoor steering console. So very basic, but it's got a nice overhang too. The roof of the boat comes back so you can step under there and get out of the weather a little bit. So it's nice. LED lights, plenty of rod holders. Shock absorbers on the seats. Gonna get a little porta potty with this boat, which I think kind of stupid. I really don't understand the purpose of porta potties. I think they're ridiculous. Fully loaded dash with electronics. Let's take a quick look at the tag real quick and see if it really comes with all this stuff or not. I have to assume that it doesn't. Okay, actually, guys, there's no tag, just the sticker that shows you, the brand new price, and really no information of what it comes with for that price. And anytime it does that, you can bet that it doesn't come with any of the extra stuff for that price. So I can pretty much guarantee it's not going to come with the electronics or the kicker motor or possibly some of the other features too. So it's going to be a pretty basic boat for $145,000. All right, 24-foot Duckworth, $176,000. The sweet Yamaha 300 V6, 4.2 liter. So 30,000 more. Why is it 30,000 more? You guys having fun yet? Heck yeah, you are. I am not sure why it's 30,000 more, you guys, because it doesn't come with the extra stuff. It doesn't come with the kicker motor or the electronics or anything. It's just the basics, but it's 30,000 more. I mean, super sweet 24-foot boat. Don't get me wrong, it's awesome, but I'm just not sure. Another fish box that's recessed into the boat there. Huge deck. Another good size overhang. The ceiling comes back. The roof of the boat comes back quite a ways. So you can get out of the weather there if you want to. Another basic steering console outside. So far I'm kind of liking the first boat. This is a beautiful boat, but I just don't know why it's 30,000 more. I mean, basically same boat on the inside. It shows that it has your Garmin navigation on it, but it doesn't come with that in this price. I read the tag. It's not on the list. More, built-in lighting, overhead storage. Basic storage under the seats. There's cup holders there off to the side. You can barely see them, but they're there. Another bonus porta potty. I guess they throw in bonus porta potties because they're probably cheap and nobody really likes them anyway. So they might as well give you one for free. All right, guys, Stabicraft stepping up to 200,000. 23 and a half foot, not quite 24, 23 and a half foot, but close enough. Full cabin. And after taking a closer look at this Stabicraft, I'm pretty impressed. And especially after taking a look at the tag and seeing what you get for the price, I was definitely impressed. I always felt like maybe Stabicraft boats were a little overpriced. They have a loyal following, but I always thought they were pretty expensive and kind of overpriced. But Stabicraft, they're not like your typical American aluminum fishing boat. These guys are from New Zealand, and they do things different. And the Stabicraft boats are different than any other fishing boat. There's no boat that's like a Stabicraft. They're super cool. They come with standard extra features that are really cool that other boats don't have. And for this price, it seems like a high price, $200,000 for a 24-foot boat. But this boat comes with everything you see, including the electronics, the kicker motor, and everything. And they're known to be unsinkable. So I like this boat a lot for the price, even though it's the highest price. I feel like the value is there. By the time you add on extra features on the other boat to get everything this boat has, those boats are going to be this price too, or maybe more. So there's a couple things that I'm not too jazzed about though with Stabicraft boats. Like right here, here's your fish box. You can't just open the lid and put your fish in. You have these top panels that slide from side to side, and they're kind of sticky. You kind of have to fight with them a little bit. And I don't like those. I don't like those. But some of them do have a lid where you just lift it up and down, and some of them have this. But this style, I'm not really into it. I don't like those. But it's not a deal breaker. I mean, it's not that big a deal. And I'm pretty sure they can switch it. Now look at these doors. Other thing I love about this boat, it is a full cabin, including full solid back doors. So you shut it and then you shut it again. So they're folding doors. And once you shut these, you have a fully enclosed cabin. So you can get a heater going and you're protected and you have a warm cabin. But when you open them, they open all the way. So the whole back of that boat is fully open. And I love that design. I love it. I think every boat should have that, because now you can have the back fully open, so you have the indoor-outdoor space. You can see your lines. You can see if you're getting a bite. You can talk to people in the back of the boat. You can freely walk back and forth. So I really love that design of those back doors. My only other minor, I'm not bitching, but just, minor complaint about Stabicraft boats is the walls of the sides of the boat are so thick that there's not nearly as much space inside the boat. So the cabin and the deck space on Stabicraft is smaller than most other boats. Just kind of a bummer. This boat will still easily fish 4 people. Got nice bucket seats, comfortable looking seats. Also, the Stabicraft boats, most of the time the interior is just all black and there's not much lighting in the ceiling at all. 1 or 2 little LED lights, that's it. So they're so dark on the inside. I wish they would add, see, everything you see here comes in the price. You got your Garmin navigation and your radio, everything. Sound system, even comes with a sound system. That's sweet. So I really didn't think I was going to give Stabicraft the #1 spot, but for these 24 footers, for everything you get included in the price seems high, but for everything you get, I give this Stabicraft, for me, the #1 pick for these 24 footers. I would change a couple little things, but still, I think it's the best boat. At 24 foot for the price, I like that boat. Guys, if you're still here, you watched all the way to the end, much appreciated, man. Thank you for watching to the end. That means a lot. It helps my channel a lot. Don't forget to subscribe. Lots more videos coming. Appreciate you watching. Leave a comment if you want. I respond to everyone. Turn on the bell so you don't miss the future videos. See you on the next one.